Okay, greetings. Welcome to my Sunday evening live stream on the 10th of April 2022. Much been going on in the mainstream news. To be honest, I'm not sure. I don't follow it that closely. Couple of stories I have seen that I would like to look at tonight and try and dissect them, if you will. Greetings to KG, who's in the live chat. Thanks for joining us tonight. If anyone else is tuned in and wants to say hello, always good to see who's tuning in. And I would also like to thank my Patreon supporter, Linda Mack. If anyone would like to follow me over there, I'll tell you what, I'll put up a QR code now, which you can scan, or just go to patreon.com/BZLive, or find the link in the description. And you can pledge as little as $1/75p a month to support me over there. Another way you can help the channel is by hitting the like button on this, hitting subscribe, and if you want to share it on social media, then why not? That's always a help. As I said, the title of tonight's subject is Who Gave Charles the Benefit of the Doubt? It's not actually. The title of tonight's show is Benefit of the Doubt, but that's too long to put on a YouTube title. So it's just, by all accounts, for some reason they put Charles and Jimmy Savile back in the news. So at some point tonight we're going to have a look at that story and see, one, why they put him back in the news, and another, is there more to it than what's being reported? I'm trying to think what day it was now. It was fairly recently. It was I think it was Friday. I uploaded a video. It was another subject. There were two stories I came across. I thought one of them I'm going to make a pre-recorded video about. The other one I'll cover in the live stream. As it happened, it was Who Gave Charles the Benefit of the Doubt, was the one I'm doing tonight. I did also look at, and I'll bring it up. In fact, I've got the video, but if you haven't seen it, the video I uploaded on Friday morning, then we'll probably play out of it at the end of tonight. I plan to stream for about probably an hour tonight. Maybe an intermission in the middle, we'll see. If we need an intermission, then we'll play out on tonight's... we'll play out on the video that I would like to talk about. So as I said, as always, if anyone's got any subjects they want us to look at, or any links they want to share in the live chat, it's always good to hear from you. I do want to go over once again this story about Boris Johnson and Sharon Davies. As I say, I covered it in my pre-recorded show, but I think there's a little more to it. I say more to it. Just, for one thing, look how ridiculously long this headline is. They've literally written the article already. And if you put this story to reading mode, which might take a minute or two, even reading mode edits the headline down to Sharon Davies praises PM as he says trans women should not be competing in female events. Actually, what they're slipping under the table with this story is about they've recently changed the law on... Well, no, they haven't changed the law. They've changed the law on what they call, therapy. Where is it? Where's the story? They've tied it in. Hang on. Yeah, all these people you're seeing on screen at the moment are linked with transgender athletes. Look, they always get their numbers in. Leah Thomas, 22. Unfortunately, I don't have a Chaldean numerology calculator on this computer, but I'd be curious to know what Leah Thomas comes to. For one thing, here we go. Conversion therapy. That's the real story that they're bringing up here. That is what is really making headlines, and but they're going to slip it into our consciousness by by making a story as ridiculous as one transgender athlete, Sharon Davies, this one here, saying other transgender athletes shouldn't compete. I mean, how insane. If you don't see it in Sharon Davies, then I would I would suggest you look a bit closer. I mean, she is as blatant as it gets, along with a lot of other. Who was the javelin one? Not Martina. Well, there was a UK javeler. I can't think of her name now, but Fatima Whitbread. I'm sure I might be thinking, yeah, this is it. Fatima Whitbread. Come on, get real, people. This was a female athlete, if you can believe it. If you want to believe that this is a female athlete. Admittedly, female athletes that take lots of steroids will grow muscles, but they will not have their frame unless they're taking the treatment from a very early age. They will not develop. Yeah. For some reason, I'm seeing, when I look at this person, I am seeing, who's that musician? The Living Doll. Cliff Richard. That's who I look at when I see Fatima Whitbread. They've just got such a weird, not that I think, who knows. Right, just looking at the live chat. KG, sorry, I don't trust royals. They're all working together. Yeah, when we touch on this subject, I'm going to have to put aside a belief I have. And I'm going to approach it from giving them the benefit of the doubt. Even to this point, I'll give Charles, in order to look at the story from the angle we're going to tonight, I'm going to give Charles the benefit of the doubt. Mudlark digging up the Thames. Yeah, you got it, Fatima. Thank you for sharing that one. Who's the in the video, which we may play out with later, we also looked at the 400-meter runner. My memory's terrible for celebrity names. In fact, I only have to read this story because she wasn't the only one. Apparently, I can't even think of the name now. I'm sure it's right at the top of the article. We might have to go back to the normal view in actual fact. Music started from somewhere. Not sure if you can hear that actually. It'll be an advert that wants to play. WTF? Yeah, no getting rid of it. Hang on. Okay, they did manage to get rid of it actually. Okay, which one's this? That's the wrong one, I think. It was the right one, I'm sorry. Okay, the other people that spoke up against trans athletes, who's this meant to be? Sarah Symington, the head of the Great British Olympic Cycling Programme, has signed a letter calling for a rule change that would stop transgender riders, bridges, racing in women's event. To be honest, flat forehead, I wouldn't immediately say that looks like a man, but that could be one of many photos that this person has had taken over the years, and they finally airbrushed one enough to make him look convincing. I don't know. But wouldn't it just be typical of the mainstream media for every single article? This person is now called Emily Bridge. Yeah, who was the other people that put their name to this? Bear with. Such a ridiculously long article with so many other things that they chuck into the story. I'm sure they mentioned another person that had congratulated them for saying it. But yeah, as we say, this is kind of, because by all accounts, a certain proportion of the world, we're led to believe, are absolutely outraged that a man cannot compete as a woman. Again, always causing division. David, hello, greetings, thanks for joining us. Good to see you in the live chat as always. Yeah, every news story will make someone angry, that's for sure. Do you know what? I do genuinely. I was talking about my own Facebook account that I used to have under my real name, with real people that I used to know. Not everyone I used to know. One of them was, see, whether they were trans, I don't know. They were the sort of person I wouldn't have been surprised to find out they were. But if that happened before I followed him on Facebook. However, after Donald Trump was elected, I remember they put a post up saying, "This is a terrible day for the world. If you're a white cis male or something, or just a white cis, that's a word for someone that is happy in the body they're born in, and isn't deluded enough to think that they could hack off some body parts and suddenly change gender, because how ridiculous is that?" Right, I'm getting sidetracked here. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, this person put a post up on Facebook literally saying, if you're not, you're not entitled to comment on this post if you're basically straight, if you're not a homosexual, if you're not a transgender. You've got no reason to post a response to her, him, her, whatever it was. They were posing as a female. I think really they were male. They certainly looked like one. Yeah, and it was, it's great how some people will be worked up about something. Just seeing these three people here is enough to work some people up. To be honest, that image annoys me because I can see it's just three puppets. Who listens to these people? Apparently, just to annoy us that little bit more, these two people on the end have both been investigated, or they've had to make admissions about their finances, and that they've all got offshore accounts where they're dodging loads of taxes. And no doubt Boris is in exactly the same position. Who cares? But yeah, all designed to annoy the heck out of us. Probably looks like a more this is Emily Bridges, a male cyclist who now wants to transition and cycle as a female. Probably looks more convincing as a female than they do as a male, but and so it goes on. Who knows what these three people here are? Just because they look a bit more, just because they're not as butch and masculine as this other swimmer, I wouldn't. I mean, look at the jaw on this one. Hang on. Can we get a relatively close up on these three people? And right, the picture will open up in a minute. Mudlark says, if these men could actually become biological females, they really wouldn't want to have a sex change. You don't think? It's strange because the media would have us believe all the reasons that people might want to transition, all right? What could be a benefit? For example, a man saying, I want to go to a female prison. I demand. The mainstream media would have us believe that it's females wanting to go to male prisons after transitioning. That doesn't happen. Yeah, not a very good picture, but I'm immediately suspect of this one. And again, also, this person, very black eyes, almost like they got loads of eye makeup on. Very wide jaws, you can see. And a hint of an Adam's apple just there. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Hang on, how did I do that? Alright, these lines are getting a bit much now. Yeah, again, I'm not sure who any of these swimmers are, but it looks like they're giving... What's that guy's name? Looks like they're giving him the cold shoulder. Unless it's a relay, perhaps it was a handicap swim where three contestants went against one. Don't know how that would work, but they three do a lane each, and this guy swims on his own. Who knows what that event was? Very strange ears, I will say that. Why would you yeah, those ears look absolutely freak show-like. Very similar. They remind me to... There is an actor, one of the people in my Act Short series. I never got that far with it. I only ever did 2 episodes. I do plan to do a couple more. But one of the people I looked at was Sally Dinever. Had the weirdest freaking hair. Now, I am aware that they've got a swimming cap on. And this is literally just their earlobe. But... their ears remind me of Sally Dinever. And just while we're on that subject, I want to show you what I mean. Freak show ears, if ever there was one. Sally Dinever. Mudlark, wait until they lose half the power in their body and they start menstruating. Well, yeah, that is never going to happen, of course. So they will never... I mean, as I say, you can mutilate your genitals all you want. If you're a man, you're not going to start having ovaries or a womb or a uterus or any of those things. You're still going to be... All this X and Y chromosomes, that isn't going to change. Right, I've got to show you this person's ear. You won't believe these ears. They're the most... right, that's not even a very good shot of one. There's like... Yeah, there's one where they look properly deformed. I do wonder if prosthetic ears are put on some of these people. This person has clearly had something done to their ears. Whether these are not natural. So yeah, one of 2 things have happened. They've either had their ears cut up so they can have like prosthetic ears put over the top. I mean, what went wrong, Sally? What did that butcher of a plastic surgeon do to you? I don't know if anyone can see it, but she has no earlobe, literally. And this side, normally your ears are symmetrical, aren't they? But I've never seen anyone with asymmetrical ears. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen. Truly weird. Anyway, yeah, Mudlark saying, hypothetically, if they could biologically change into women, they would regret it. Possibly. At least, however, yeah, I'm guessing there's some, at least in the event of a fake bombing, you know where they say, oh, women and children out first, at least you get to go out. And maybe you're not, I don't know, you're not expected to do all the heavy lifting, but who knows, right? Okay, yeah, as I say, if you read down in this story, you eventually get to where they start talking about conversion therapy, and it was like, huh, what? We were talking about Mr. Johnson is facing stiff resistance for the backbenchers over a decision to allow the practice of conversion therapy to continue for trans men and women, despite reluctantly agreeing to outlaw it for gay people. What this is meaning is that he's been heavily criticised for not making it illegal for anyone to try and talk someone out of being a trans. For example, a 10-year-old child comes home, okay, and says, oh, they were talking about we can turn into women. A boy, for example, comes home and says, oh, I can be a girl if I want, mum. Can I go to the hospital? Any, basically, conversion therapy is any therapy you give to that child and say, "What? Look, your schools are idiots, all right? I don't know why I send you to that stupid place when any child would come home and make such a claim." Who knows? Well, it's it would seem that it will be made illegal for anyone to even suggest or talking out somebody that comes and says they believe they are a trans. It's like someone going to a doctor saying, "Doctor, I want you to remove my left arm because I don't know, it keeps causing me to steal." For example, every time I go in a shop, I look round and my left arm is chucking sweets in my pocket. Please, can you cut it off for me? You would send that person to counselling, surely. You would say, look, let's see if there's any other way we can stop your kleptomania other than immediately cutting off your arm. That's not going to be an option for... that will soon be outlawed, by the way, soon, as many MPs are saying it's incredibly poorly judged. The CT ban is about the fact that no one should be subjected to these harmful practices. What actually goes on? I mean, are we talking about... harmful practices, for example, would that include something like having a foreign object repeatedly inserted into body parts? Harmful practices such as giving a person hormones which will irreversibly mess up their insides. Is that harmful? No, harmful is when you try and talk someone out of taking hormones or having a healthy part of their body cut off for the sake of fitting in. It's unfortunate. It's a sad time if that is the world we're living in. David, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's what's on the inside that counts. And how does any man know what a woman feels like? What does it feel like to be a woman? And vice versa. And even more so, it's crazy. We're in a crazy world. I know some people... I know Misha, who often tunes in. I'm not sure if she's watching this one, but often is very critical of... not critical, okay, is very opposed to this idea, and good for them, because it does possibly seem like being a trans might... people that go through that sort of thing might suddenly start to think, who knows what. Okay, that's it. We will, at the end of this live stream, watch my video that I uploaded on Friday, so if you've not already seen it, stick around until the end. Right, the main topic... okay, we'll look at the main subject tonight. Another story I came across about... did Prince Charles... Again, this is the Daily Mail, and look how long their headlines are. Did Prince Charles ignore alarm bells that his friend Jimmy was an abuser? Or did his aides never tell him? Okay, could be so. The man who first probed BBC DJ's sickening crimes speaks out as documentary reveals Royal even asked him to give media advice to Fergie. None of this is new. All of this is old information. And there's no... So what is this story? Basically, it's just an advertisement for a new program on Netflix. It looks like they've uncovered some new horror stories about Jimmy Savile. But no, it isn't. It's just the same thing recycled, and they just want to promote a new program. Prince Charles asked Jimmy Savile's aid. Future King wrote to the DJ after a string of botched PR appearances. Where is it we hear about Netflix? I'm not sure what this video is, actually, whether it's related. I know that's something else. After his death, when my investigation... Right. Yeah, I want to get down to the bit where they basically promote the new Netflix series, because that's all this news article is. But we will look at that headline in a minute. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine there's very much about this story, like Louis Mountbatten, Dickie Mountbatten, himself, supposedly a notorious paedophile, and he very conveniently got killed by the IRA, along with, I believe, a 14-year-old. Yeah, here we go. Since Mountbatten's death and IRA bomb explosion, FBI files from the 1940s have emerged alleging that Lord Lewis had a perversion for young boys. Savile's association with St. Mandeville, yep, all... here we go. As the Netflix documentary shows, when the unit was opened in 1983 by Charles and Diana, there was Savile standing next to them, basking in royal praise for his achievements. A lot of what's written about Jimmy Savile is disgusting, no two ways on that. But do we suddenly start believing mainstream media just because they're saying something against their own? Right, I'm curious to watch this 30-second video. I just to at least take advantage of the fact we can now listen to the audio through properly. So bear with me a second. What I do, however, have to remember to do is change a setting. Okay, I am curious to make sure this plays through the speakers, alright? Oh, of course, they're going to make us watch an advert before we get to see any of this. Let's see what happens. No, okay.
The Duke of Edinburgh jumped in it and he went off to the station and you got...
Oh, I can't hear a word they're saying.
Petrified.
Oh, apologies, hang on. Start again. Let's see this time. Right, just to run through it, we've got... That was Prince... That was Jimmy, and it looked like Prince Philip getting into a car.
The Duke of Edinburgh jumped in it and he went off to the station and you got all the outriders and all the security absolutely petrified.
You've got all this security of this royal absolutely petrified, according to this person. I'm not sure if you can hear it. I'm just going to check the audio on my end to see how it's coming through. Prince, that was Jimmy. No, still me talking. Hang on. Yeah, you can hear it, but unfortunately it's very quiet, so my apologies on that one. Let's listen to what they say.
And they were both like little boys, Jim and the Duke of Edinburgh, laughing their heads off.
I'm a cab driver today. Thank you very much indeed. I'm expecting a very good check. Thank you.
That bit was blatantly staged for the cameras. I mean, that's... excuse me, that... The Duke of Edinburgh, that is Philip getting into the vehicle there, isn't it? Yeah, but anyway, so even looking at this, to look at this headline in such a way, I have to put to one side a strong suspicion I have that most, if not all, members of the royal family are pretty much actors. No more legitimate than Sally Dinever's left ear, this person here. Her deformed ears are about as real as anything about the royals. So it's interesting. Okay, so I'm putting that to one side, and I'm going to believe, for the sake of argument, I'm going to believe what the mainstream media are saying. I don't believe a word of it, but let's say we do for a second, all right? Did Prince Charles ignore the alarm bells that his friend Jimmy Savile was an abuser, or did aides never tell him? Is that the only two possibilities? So it's either Charles just ignored it and turned a blind eye, even though he knew Jimmy, what he was supposedly up to, or was he never told? And what is there a third option? Could we suggest that Prince Charles, Prince Philip, whoever knows who else, are just as vile and just as hideous as Jimmy himself? What is it they say? Dog spit never falls far from more dog spit. If you step in dog shit in one field, another field nearby, basically, where you've got one pile of crap, you've often got more piles of crap. That's basically the situation. So if Jimmy was what they claim he was, then why isn't Prince Charles? Normally, you always hear, whenever they talk about paedophile being, often it's rings being arrested. It isn't just one-off individuals. There's always a whole ring of them. So why is this person not suggesting that perhaps Charles himself could be right up there with Jimmy? Are they not allowed to make such a point? You know, is the likes of Prince Charles as protected as Jimmy supposedly always was? Is no one a little suspicious that Prince Charles was, just as involved in whatever it was Jimmy Savile was involved in? It's a crazy world. Crazy stuff. Mudlark says the Royals is a soap opera. Exactly. I am actually of the opinion that everything we see reported about them, good, bad, or indifferent, is completely part of the script. Mudlark says it doesn't matter how many scandals the Royals are involved in, so many British people still love them, and that is because so many British people take their opinions from publications like the Daily Mail, the Scum newspaper, the Mirror, Sky News, that many of them are just, they're convinced just by the fact that they're supposedly our rulers. They think that they are automatically deserved some respect just because they, by birthright, are our future kings and queens. But no, I didn't buy that. I didn't go along with that line of thinking. David says, I was on a bus today and the driver was the only one wearing a mask. Yeah, it's looking... We'll move... Yeah, we will come up... Alright, yeah, we'll talk about masks. I'm happy to. But just to sum this up about Jimmy and Prince Charles, as I say, I've long stopped believing anything that these people report about. And when a news story is as big as the Mail Online, then it's complete crap. One big giveaway for me was just after the death of Diana, where the two boys, and I can't remember who else it was William and Harry, in very, heart-wrenching scenes, they're reading messages of commiseration for the death of their mother. But what if it was never their mother? And yeah, the kids they're trying to hide big smiles on their faces. You can see it. We'll see if we can find it. Diana death. What a coincidence if that was someone's name. Right. Yeah, David. I've seen similar situations where at the moment only members of staff in shops in the over here seem to want to wear their muzzles. Although I did walk past a shop. I walked past a garden earlier on, and there was a kid playing out on the pavement, and in the garden was an adult, and the adult was wearing a mask, almost like they were afraid to be too close to this kid without putting a mask on. It's just ridiculous. Right, what are we after? Harry and William Flowers. Diana, let's see if that finds us what we're after. Yeah, the clip I'm after is... Yeah, it goes back to 1990 where they're looking at the flowers left by other people and you can see them trying not to laugh. It certainly doesn't look right, but... yeah, Mudlark, all their marriages are arranged. I completely agree. When you look at, for example, Harry and Meghan, and you realise that Meghan is far from, oh, hang on, I think I found it, that Meghan is far from what the mainstream are telling us, then how can you, how can anyone believe that crud? Not seeing it. Okay, never mind. Maybe if it was just big smiles that the kids had when they were supposedly meant to be really sad about their mother passing on. Wacky people. KG says some people think Diana's still alive. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't for 1 second believe that thing about Diana. Let's have a look. I mean, they had a camera crew on hand, of course, the paparazzi were supposedly chasing them to their death. I'm curious what sort of videos. But again, there's actual conspiracy theories around what I believe are official conspiracy theories around the death. That, things like the seatbelts were removed from the car and... Yeah, I'm of the opinion that this person, no. There's a couple of sports personalities, one of which is, what's their name? Sue Barker? It might not be Sue Barker. Who am I thinking of? And they look just like Diana. It's not Sue Barker, it's a similar person. Sometimes it's people also looked for... I can't think who they were now, but yeah, they have a very striking resemblance to Diana. I just can't remember what their name is now, unfortunately. Maybe if I look up BBC Sports presenters, they may have something to do with horse riding, actually. Let's see, let's try and find them. No, it's not this one. Claire Boulding, I'm sure of that. Okay, I'm not finding whoever it is now, but maybe it was Claire Boulding. Yeah, I don't think whoever it is still part of the... yeah, just by the way, this person, ridiculous, Claudia Winkleman. Do you think that's not a wig that person's wearing? And then they appear on Head and Shoulders adverts for their amazing hair, and the freaks are actually wearing wigs. It's almost laughable. KG says some people also think JFK Jr. is alive. I'm not too familiar with JFK Jr., but we'll have a look at them in a minute. Who is the person I'm thinking of? Maybe it was this person. Although, when I look at them, they don't actually look that much like Diana. Maybe it's them. My memory's not good enough, unfortunately. Oh, hang on. No, whoever it is, I can't. Yeah, and then another person claimed that, I can't remember who made the claim now, but another YouTuber a few years back made the claim that Princess Diana is now Elton John's wife, which would be, when you think of the links, would be absolutely insane. Let's see. Elton John partner. Yeah, this guy, Tennant. No, is it Tennant or... Let's see. Oh, there we go. Sorry, David Furnish. Some people claim that this is one and the same, and it actually makes for some interesting, when you look into it, when you look at, for example, he is at Diana's funeral. At Diana's funeral, and you can see it is the pictures. Here we are. This is where they were. Sorry. This is supposedly David Furnish and Diana at a funeral of Gianni Versace. And it's blatantly photoshopped. Right, let's just take a better look at that one. At Versace's funeral. I'm sure I haven't spelt that right. Yeah, all these pictures of them together look really fake. Like ridiculously fake. But anyway, just imagine the reality that the song Elton John wrote about Diana, Candle in the Wind, which was a massive hit for a second time for him, and all along Diana is the guy that Elton John is actually supposedly in a relationship with. Yeah, I can't remember who made the original video on this. It may have been Jungle Surfer. Look, all these images look terrible. I mean, come on. Come on. If this is the best they can do. I wonder if that's Madonna in the background. We'll have a closer look at this in a second. yeah, it's just strange how all the... I mean, this is Elton John. I wouldn't be surprised if none of these people were here, to be honest. His head just looks very odd. Yeah, also Diana doesn't look like she's really in that shot. I don't know. JFK Jr. KG says he was going to run in New York against Hillary. She couldn't have that. Oh, JFK Jr. Right, okay. Is that the one that had a magazine? They used to run a magazine. Let's have a look. John F. Kennedy, often referred to as Jr., was an American lawyer, journalist, and magazine publisher. Yeah, I remember hearing about this person. I am aware of them. They brought out one called... Oh, what was the name of his magazine? It was something like the name of... I think it was... Was it George or Stephen or Simon? This is, of course, Wikipedia. George, that was it. Kennedy launched George magazine using his political and celebrity status to publicise it. He died in a plane crash in 1909 at the age of 38. I'm surprised they didn't say he died in... No, they couldn't do 9. They couldn't mix that up with 9/11, could they? Yeah, who knows with these people? Oh. I'm unsure. Yeah, when people are this heavily covered by Wikipedia, I'm usually pretty suspicious about that. They've obviously got a story prepared for the public. Right. We have been going for nearly an hour, actually. There's a couple more things I'll look at before we end. Let's see. You believe he's still alive? Interesting, KG. Do you know any other, like, alter ego that he might be going by? Like with Diana, we've got David Furnish. That's one suggestion. Claire... see, I'm not convinced Claire Balding is the right person. Do you know what? There is someone that does a TV show on Channel 4, and I wonder if that's who I'm thinking of. Let me see. Channel 4 lunchtime. This is the one. This person, although they certainly... What's her name? Steph McGovern. They look too young to be Diana, but they're just a dead ringer. This person is, of course, Britain's answer to Ellen DeGeneres. And just like Ellen DeGeneres, I think the only people that get anywhere near them are men in drags, well, basically trans. I mean, come on. It was my wife, actually, that said this person looks a lot like... yeah, because I saw this person and I said, oh, they look like a man. And she said, really? I thought they looked like Princess Diana. And I said, well, yeah, exactly. Princess Diana looks and is, you know... I would have thought Princess Diana is probably as much a trans as Meghan Markle, as far as I'm concerned. Robin Max, greetings, thanks for joining. Good to see you. Justin from the pub, sorry for being late. What's the topics tonight? Okay, we'll go back over it. We were saying that going back on the video I uploaded on Friday about about Sharon Davies congratulating the Prime Minister on not basically doesn't want transgenders competing in each other's sports, even though it's been going on for years. And how basically what this story was really hiding, or was really going on about, was conversion therapy. How it will soon, basically it's already being suggested that trying to talk someone out of taking part in hormone replacement treatment or cutting off parts of your body, trying to talk them out of such horrific harm will soon be outlawed. But they kind of pushed it under they sort of released that story alongside something else. Yeah, then we looked at Harry and, sorry, not Harry, I always immediately go to Harry. Where's the story? We then went on to Charles and Jimmy Savile. And why are people giving Charles and Jimmy Savile the benefit of the doubt? But it looks like I've closed that tab now. Although it would be my history. Yeah, and then I can't remember where we went to after that. Also looking at masks. Mudlight, you're going to be back soon. We will be finishing soon, actually. We'll probably be winding down in the next sort of 10-20 minutes. So thanks for joining us if you don't make it back before the end. Right, we'll see. Yeah, JFK, John F. Kennedy, still being alive, was brought up. I don't know enough about this person. Yeah, that was KG brought up that. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this person's still going. Is anything they report about the about prime ministers, presidents, real? You just have to look at people like, who's the New Zealand prime minister or president, or like how obviously they're not what they claim to be. Yeah, and then somehow, yeah, also Lady Diana being the same person as David Furnish. David Furnish also possibly being the same person as who's this? Steph McGovern. And I think I also suggested, I can't even remember who it was now, some other sports personality, Claire Balding maybe, that they all look very similar. But yeah, and this is basically Britain's answer to Ellen DeGeneres. That is the roundup. That has been the last hour of live stream. I'm pleased to say we haven't had too many hiccups tonight. Sometimes we'll have it where I'll leave myself on mute, I'll hide the screen. But fortunately, not tonight. So I might quit while I'm ahead soon. Unless there's any other stories anyone wants us to look at. One thing that did catch my eye is, this is fairly regional, I believe. Gen Z, whoever that is, no idea who Gen Z is, perhaps it might be worth looking them up, is calling for more honesty on social media, experts say. Generation Z, right, that's a whole group of people that have been branded as Generation Z. But yeah, apparently young people want more honesty. And then I say, well, hang on, how can you say more honesty? Let's look at social media. This one particularly highlights Instagram. And Instagram is something I've been saying for a long time is as dishonest as it gets. But yeah, not people only from 18 from 20 to 25 asking for more honesty, because I've been saying it for a long time. Sarah, I don't know who this person is, but yeah, what a great opportunity to promote people's Instagram accounts. Hey, no idea who it is, but yeah, let's go on Instagram and see just how dishonest they are. I think I'm signed in on Instagram. Let's see. I certainly hope so. No idea what could come up actually. Yeah, this is my channel. You can now create and share posts directly from your computer. That's great. That means I can upload tonight's. Yeah, I generally upload some of my thumbnails to this if you're not already on Instagram. I'm pretty sure the link's in the description. If not, just look for Zines Bobby over on Insta. Right, but anyway, yeah, all we got to do is just look. If I click on the search button, that isn't what I meant to look for. No, this one, the plus button. Nope, that's not it. Where is it? This one. Yeah, they automatically flood you with bullspit here. Ellen DeGeneres, the person we were literally just talking about, and Beyonce. Let's see what these freak shows are up to.
But it is someone amazing.
Oh, fair enough. Proceed. I'm intrigued.
You should be, because this is a Grammy moment.
I don't know if you can hear this. I certainly cannot. I'm just going to see if I can turn up the audio. 1 second. Bollocks, right. Here I was saying earlier, we've not had too many issues, and yeah, they're going to start happening, aren't they, now? Okay. Yeah, I hope you guys can hear it, because I certainly cannot. Hang on. I know what might help, actually. Desktop audio, turn it up a bit.
I've been waiting for. This performance marks the return of a man.
I don't know what these two freak shows are talking about, but by all accounts, look at Ellen DeGeneres' crooked witch nose. Yeah, by all accounts, you don't get anywhere near Ellen DeGeneres unless you're a man in drag or a woman in dress up as a man. KG says the cast of Real Housewives of Cheshire. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, there's so much. I bet no one on Instagram is suggesting that the slap of Will Smith was fake. Why are there so many images? But to be honest, I never use this website. But yeah, already there's two that seem to be showing off the male phallic member, and yeah, how typical. And right. No idea what that is. Yeah, but everything about Instagram is fake as far as I can see. Right down to yeah, everything basically. Okay. Oh, the cast of The Housewives of Cheshire, you were saying? Housewives of Cheshire. The Real Housewives, isn't it? Yeah, wow, just looking at them, it's not a very good picture, but you can sort of see they look like drag acts. It looks like if you had a, what do they call it, cabaret night, and these people turn up, you'd be like, yep, there's the cabaret. There's the men dressed as women. Yeah, these programs are completely scripted, completely ridiculous. And I've never watched them, to be honest. I have no idea what they're about. Mudlight, you're back. That's good. You're back just before we wind down for the evening. Yeah, I did say I was gonna go for about an hour tonight. I started a little bit later than usual, 10:30. So it's now 11:30. I think the live stream I did last week ended up, once I cut out the last video and whatnot, and the intro, it ended up being just under an hour. So I think that's probably going to be about the length I'm going to aim for at the moment, unless there's something that needs a lot of coverage. Yeah, I am sort of getting more into pre-recorded videos. For a long time now, for over a year I think it's been now, I've been doing weekly live streams. Maybe I will get back to just doing more pre-recorded shows. I'm not sure. We are going to play out with the video I uploaded on Friday of Sharon and... Yeah, well, either that or we've got one which I played in the pre-show from August 2017. I'm not sure. We'll play out on one or the other. KG says, I don't have cable, but for some reason this show comes on air in Iowa. Weird. KG, I did not know you were from that part of the world, actually. But they make a big deal about the Housewives of Cheshire. What about things like, what's the other one? Oh, they've done loads of that sort of rubbish. I think they've got one about Newcastle. I think they've got one about all sorts of areas. You call them throat gators. Kate Middleton has a big throat. Alright. We could have, as we're on the subject of the royals, we could have one very quick look at Kate Middleton, just at their throat, and then I am going to close up for the evening. Let's see. But yeah, completely agree. Kate Middleton. We did say the other week they always have this, often doing a very exaggerated grin. Yeah, you want to see wide throats and wide shoulders. Obviously, what's happening with this picture is the hair is disguising just how wide those shoulders are. Had you not, all very deliberate. And also does not have much of a, not very feminine at all really when you look at it. Take away the eye makeup, get rid of that. Also factor in, this person has had a nose job. That nose has been cut to pieces. If you look at it, how small it is compared to the rest of the face. Can't really see the ears. But the width of that jaw, again, they've probably had it rounded off or they've had implants, but yeah, this is the wide throat. Gator, what was it? KG said, call them throat gators, yeah. But another really horrific thing that these people have done, and it actually makes me really queasy when I think about it, is they have their muscles cut back. If ever you see their legs, they've got very skinny legs, although coincidentally they're hiding it all in here. They also do what they call the royal cover-up. She's doing it here, she's doing it here, where they, for some reason, are just disguising a certain area. This person will have had muscles literally cut out of their arms and out of their legs. I want to see, actually I'm going to search for Kate Middleton legs. I have no idea what sort of filth could come up. Yeah, okay. Right, I'll show you what I believe has been done to this person. I wish those blue things would get out of the way. Right, we'll have a closer look at Kate Middleton's legs, and I'll Meghan Markle's another one, who for some reason they have to have it done. Have you heard of muscular, I want to say muscular dystrophy, where your muscles literally waste away? Well, another version of that is where you can have your muscles cut down or sucked out or something. And yeah, I do feel very sorry for anyone that's had it done, because it must, right, this image here of Kate Middleton is a, as far as I'm concerned, very obvious one. You can see they're doing the royal cover-up. Hang on. I don't know how we got onto Kate Middleton, but, oh, actually we were talking about her big throat, weren't we? Yeah, for me that's a pretty obvious man in drag. The arms here, covering that area, that's a royal cover-up. There's very little fat on the legs. This part of the leg here should probably come down like that, or at least a lot more out here. Yeah, they've had all sorts of work done to disguise who and what they really are. Sad. Makes me wonder what sort of people would ever get involved in that kind of thing. And here is one more of Kate looking extremely masculine. Okay. Mudlark, yeah, she's always covering her crotch. And you also asked, what is the point of the royal family? One very important point, as far as I'm concerned, is to annoy people. They want half the population to be absolutely outraged at these people, at the breaks they get, at the money that's spent on them, supposedly about all the security that follows them around, about the press articles which gush about them, about how they can make a story about Jimmy and Charles, for example, and he's just given the benefit of the doubt. No one questions that he was close friends with Jimmy Savile. That's fine. Why wouldn't he be close friends with Jimmy Savile? As was Prince Philip, by the look of it, the Duke of Edinburgh, whatever he was called. That's one reason we have a royal family, I believe, just to annoy people. To cause division, because there will be some very patriotic people who are very loyal to the royals and will defend them. The thought that someone would say, "Oh, we should get rid of our royal family," would be an absolute personal insult to a lot of people in Britain. Not huge amounts of people, but some definitely. So that's one reason for the royal family. Yeah, there she is again doing that royal cover-up, just as another example. I'm not sure if you can see that, how well you can see that. Why would she always be carrying her bag like that? What is she trying to hide? Makes you wonder. Meghan Markle also, I think, does it. And Meghan Markle's got really... someone that should have done this was the Okay, well, she's kind of doing it. She doesn't do it half as much as Kate Middleton, but perhaps they use more padding on this one. Wow, look at those shoulders. Goodness me. What a joke. Okay. Yeah, Mudlark, you've got it. Divide and conquer. That is exactly what they want. You might see her noob through that tight skirt. Wouldn't be surprised. I do wonder though, based on how on this person, whether they've had the full op. Who knows? Yeah, who's that? Jacinda, someone, President or Prime Minister of New Zealand. New Zealand PM. Yeah, this is someone that definitely needs to do the royal cover-up, or make sure they've always got a desk in front of them. I mean, all you got to do is look for that person, and oh, what happened there? When all you search for is New Zealand Prime Minister, one of the fourth results is someone circling. Here she is here doing the royal cover-up when she was supposedly pregnant. Of course, she went back to work a day after giving birth or something ridiculous. An absolute insult to real women, because she's not a real woman, this whole, and who knows what this thing stood next to him is. Jacinda Ardern, that's it. What a crazy world, hey? What a crazy world. KG, yeah, video of Jacinda coming untucked, exactly. And it's not even a secret. I don't know why it says pregnant. Hang on. Let's see what video comes up. They may have hidden it actually, but what's really weird about that video where she comes untucked is how everyone's laughing, almost like they know exactly what's happening. Yeah, of course it's exactly the same as we saw with Michelle Obama when she was on Ellen, dancing around with Ellen. Exactly the same thing happened. Right, let's see if we can find that video just before we finish tonight about Jacinda walking corridor. You never know, they can pay for certain videos to be shifted out of the rankings so that it isn't the first thing you come across. We could, if we're not going to find that one of her coming untucked, which I've got no problem with, we could see a bit of fake baby where supposedly her baby comes and messes up her interview. Just to see, again, more CGI. Those teeth aren't for 1 second real. I hope you can see that. Okay, yeah, this will pretty much be the last thing we're gonna look at before we wind down for the night. But not without watching a 15-second advert. Almost over. Oh, skip ad. Right. In fact, I'm more than happy to keep the volume down because I don't really want to hear Jacinda talking.
Health restrictions in there to keep it nice and safe, but you'll see that great.
Yeah, this very similar to what we looked at a couple of weeks back with Jake Quickenden, where his baby suddenly runs on stage. This is the same thing happening to Jacinda.
Darling. It's bedtime, darling. Pop back to bed. I'll come and see you in a second.
Totally staged, totally fake.
I'll come and see you in a minute, okay? Sorry, everybody. Yeah, Nanny will take you down to bed. Thanks, Nana. Well, that was a bedtime fail, wasn't it?
Oh, we didn't even see it, right?
Sorry, everyone,
I
I
thought we were
thought
going to see the baby come on stage and interrupt the video. Perhaps not. Maybe it does happen. Nope. Didn't happen. New baby steals the show. I wonder if we see any real moving images of it. Because, yeah, I would be pretty confident that any images of this baby are going to be CGI.
It was not officially taken.
Hang on, don't want to hear this rubbish. I just want to see how fake the pictures look. But what a surprise if none of it was actual moving images. Let's see. Just still photos at the moment. Still photos. Skip forward 10 seconds. Still photos. Still photos. Oh, maybe she's showing the baby off here. Nope. Still photo. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Here, very stationary baby. They didn't even animate this one. Still photo. Looking at one of these screens that went wrong on Prince Harry, as one of my videos covered in the past. Still photos, what a surprise. Still photo. And still photo. Okay. So no moving images of this baby. At least Jake Quickenden animates his baby. Yeah, of course they're still using fake babies, but at least they pay for someone to animate their baby. Well, I say him. Of course he doesn't pay. He's just an actor, same as the rest of them. But at least they've got the bottle to put out their fake videos. Yep, still photos. That's all we're going to get from this person. That sums it up as far as I'm concerned. That is it. Yeah, that's all I need to see. Yeah, her dentures are made from horses' teeth. Too right. Very similar, of course, to Margaret Thatcher. If we haven't seen Margaret Thatcher, check her out. Her teeth are just the same. All right, last thing we're going to look at. Margaret Thatcher's teeth. Oh, didn't need to see that. Right, just an image. Just a quick photo of Margaret Thatcher. My spelling's gone, which... Oh, right, okay. Maybe... I thought she had massive teeth. Maybe I'm thinking of the spitting image puppet or something. I thought she had massive teeth. Okay, still. Yeah, not the most feminine person you will ever look at. I promise you that. Right. Although, for me, I mean, Margaret Thatcher, I remember as a kid, my mum was a fan of her, or she voted for her, I don't know why. Oh, I've just seen a cracking picture of Margaret Thatcher. So, personally, I can't look at her without almost having a bit of nostalgia back to when I was a kid. And seeing her on TV, I know by all accounts a vile human being, but I think it's just another puppet, to be honest. Okay, we are done. KG says Maggie made out of spare parts. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Right, what video am I going to play out with? I can either play out with one from 2017 that we played in with, or I can play out with the video I uploaded on Friday. We'll do the Friday one. I will be uploading the one from 2017 to BitChute, actually. Yeah, I am available also on BitChute. I have a channel, the link is in the description. I do have a second channel on YouTube, Chronicles of the Unconvinced. Both of those are very similar channels, actually, the BitChute one and the one on YouTube. One is basically just a backup of the other. If you would like to support this channel, there are a couple of ways you can do it. You can hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and share this on social media if this is if you've got the sort of social media followers who would appreciate this sort of video. I mean, to be honest, I'm happy for anyone to see the footage I put up. And if people want to disagree, I'm all for people saying, no, I think you're wrong. Yeah, I think without proper scrutiny, we will, you don't progress, you don't learn. So I'm happy for people to scrutinise and disagree with me. Right, KG, you enjoyed the show. I'm very pleased to hear that. Thank you for joining us tonight. Yep, so thumbing up this video, I believe, means that it's likely to be exposed to more viewers. Another option you have if you want to get more adventurous is by supporting me over on Patreon. Yeah, the last few weeks I've been uploading. Hang on, what happens? Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, for the last couple of weeks I've been uploading serial parts of my Unreasonable Request story. I am going to take Mudlark's advice and try and publish it on Amazon. I was looking at that. I do have the 4th part written. I haven't got the video ready to upload just yet though, so I'm a couple of days behind, but that will come up soon. In the meantime, if you want to read the 4th and final part, it is over on Patreon at the moment, and the video will be up first, like the audio version, if you don't want to read it. Yeah, that's just the conclusion, the afterthoughts, and what I will probably do is stick all 4 parts together. They're currently up on my Chronicles of the Unconvinced channel, so you can watch parts 1 to 3 over there, and part 4 is available to read, and basically by next week it will be available to watch on video. But yeah, in the meantime, it is over on Patreon at the moment. Amy, greetings. Thank you for joining us. You've heard the David Furnish rumour. Yeah, you might be a bit behind, Amy, but either way, I really appreciate you joining tonight. Thanks for tuning in. It looks like you've come in at the end though, but if you want to skip back to the beginning and watch it again, I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, thanks to the following. Big thanks to KG, Mudlark Digging Up the Thames, David, Robbo Max, and finally Amy, who's just said hello. Yeah, just going back to David Furnish, yeah, it's just crazy enough to be true, and in fact it's exactly the sort of thing mainstream media would do. With that, I'm going to say goodnight, and I'm going to leave you with the video I uploaded on Friday. It's called Sharon Davis, Are They Having a Joke, or something like that. I will be back next Sunday, if not before, with another live stream. Yeah, huge thanks to everyone who takes the time to tune in, either live or watching this after the stream. Yeah, much appreciated, guys. Have a wonderful week, and I'll be back soon. Okay, this is my latest video. Let me just click a title for you. Right, my latest upload, Is This a Joke? 8th of April 2022. I'm muting myself, I'm saying goodnight now, and this video is about 6 minutes long, so once that's over, the stream will end. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. Have a great week. Good night.
The spectacle of
Greetings everyone. Now I just want to address this news story that was published in the Daily Mail on the 7th of April 2022, which is today. Of course, I say publish in the Daily Mail, but what one news outlet publishes, every single other news outlet will also cover identically, because they all publish the same thing, no independent journalism. This is a headline and a half, so you'll have to bear with me while I just take a breath, and they're pretty much telling you the entire story just in one headline, in which case, why bother reading it? Thank you, Boris. Olympic swimmer Sharon Davies leads praise for PM as he says trans women should not be competing in female events and questions children's ability to make gender choices amid Tory row over conversion therapy ban. Yep, great, can't argue with the idea that trans women shouldn't compete, that children cannot make such decisions about gender. Totally agree with that. But when you look at the people involved in this story, Sharon Davies, why would she object to other trans athletes when, take a look at her yourself? We could read all this